My name is Warren, and I started my entrepreneurship journey 3 years ago. I'm 19. I wanted to become an entrepreneur when I was 16, when I discovered what entrepreneurship actually was. And on this channel, I want to track sort of my journey to making it as an entrepreneur, because in the past 3 years, I'm not going to lie, I've failed at so many different things. And I wish I'd have documented it all because of the information I've learned through those 3 years have helped me actually make progress today. I know 3 years is a long time, and I know in the online entrepreneurship space, people say that you can make it in like a month, which is true, you can, but it's very hard to do so. I learned that the hard way because I sucked at this. I'm not gonna lie, I sucked at entrepreneurship, I sucked at online business, I sucked at all these different things. I was just ass, and I'm humble enough to admit that. But on this channel, I just want to sort of make videos where I talk about what I've learned doing different things and give advice to people who are who are in the same position as me, because I think I've learned so much, right? And yes, I'm 19 and I'm not rich, but everything that I've learned has actually helped me so much now. Like I'm actually making progress. It's crazy, but it's took me 3 years to get to this point. And if I can make a channel that like I give advice to people who are the same age as me, and they don't have to waste 3 years of their life trying different things and failing over and over again. You can just learn from my own failures, and I think I can help so many people. So on this channel, right, this is my first video. In this video, so first of all, I just want to talk about all the stuff I've done ever since I was 16, trying to make it in this sort of online entrepreneurship space. So to sort of establish who I am and what I've been through and what different things I've tried and why you should watch me basically and what you can sort of expect on this channel, because like I wanted to start this for a while now. I do have another channel where I just talk about self-improvement and all that kind of stuff, but on this channel I want to make it purely entrepreneurship, and I want it targeted towards young entrepreneurs because that's what I am, right? So yeah, so basically when I was 16, I was in college, and I hated college so much. Like, bro, I actually hated it. Like, I was studying film, media, and IT, and to be honest, I was doing well. Like, I was getting like A's and B's, but it felt so soulless. And I was like, bro, I don't care about this. I don't care about film. I don't care about media. I don't care about a job. I was looking at everyone around me, and I wasn't like hating on them because this is the path that everyone takes. But I was just like, bro, there's got to be more than this. Everyone's working to get these grades to get sort of the same income. Everyone earns the same amount. It's like extra 20, 40K maybe a year. Like some people, yeah, they earn like 1 million a year from the job, but that's so rare. That's like 1%. But I say 90% of people who get through like university and college, they earn around the same. Unless you get like the top the top fields you can go into, like engineering and different stuff like that, and doctors, obviously they earn more. But most people, they just earn the same. Like the average is like you go through university, you earn an extra 7K a year than like a janitor or something. That's American, like a cleaner. Like, that's the average extra income that people earn from going to university because it's so bloated. So many people go there that it doesn't mean as much as it once did. And I learned that too young. Like I learned that when I was just starting college, and it just messed it up because I was like, bro, I just realized that I don't want to do that. I want more for my life. I want to build so many different things, and I want to earn millions. I was thinking big, and I knew a job and like that sort of traditional path wasn't going to get me there. So when I was 16, I actually started. The first thing I ever started was a reselling thing. That was my plan, where I was going to sell the clothes I already had to generate some money that I can invest in more clothes that I could sell them at a higher price, right? And just different things. I was gonna buy stuff and resell stuff, but I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. It's the first time I ever used Shopify, and it was a stupid place to sell things on. Like because I was reaching people around the world, selling things from here. I didn't even know how to post things, but I had no idea what I was doing. So that lasted like a week, can't lie. I just was like, bro, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Let me actually learn different things. And then I got into clothing brand. That was my first business I ever started, and it was like a print on demand, and I'd make my own clothes, I'd sell them, and I made probably about £100. But I lost like £300 because I spent all of my income, which at the time I worked 2 shifts a week in McDonald's. I spent so much of that on like adverts for this company that it was ass. It was called Devilishly Handsome. Actually, no, that was I didn't make any money from that. It was the first one I made. I invested about £50 on adverts for that one. Then I made another one, but I realised that sucked. I made a new one called WLG Street Casual. That was it. That was the name of it. And I invested into adverts for that one. And I got like 3 or 4 sales, which made me like, because I didn't understand VAT. I didn't understand VAT. So I actually didn't make anything from the first 2 sales. Then from the second 2, I made like £40 profit. And I probably spent £40 on adverts to make those 2 sales. And then I spent a further like £150 on other adverts, which got me nothing. And I also partnered with someone from Love Island who shared it on the story, and nobody bought from it. Nobody, bro. I had like 600 people view my store in the space of 12 hours. And not a single person bought anything. That was so humbling. I was telling all my friends, I was like, bro, I'm working with this guy from Love Island. I'm going to make so much money. And I was showing him how many people were viewing my store, and then I swiped and it said £0. I was like, right, well, that was stupid. And then I started another clothing brand after that because I really wanted to make it in the clothing industry, even though I don't even dress, like, I'm not a stylish person. I just love the idea of, like, making my own clothes and selling them. And I started another one called Woken. And that did more than my last one because obviously every time you fail, you learn more. But I still made, like, I'd made about 10 sales, and it just wasn't enough to be sustainable. I probably actually, like, I still lost money on that, but I earned a lot more than I did for the previous ones, but I invested the same amount of money. Like, I only invested like 150 in adverts, just like the other ones, but I gained a bit more because the clothes were a better design, but it was like, they're still kind of ass. But yeah, so after that, I went into drop shipping, and I didn't stick at it long because it felt so empty. I was like, bro, I'm selling crap at like 10 times the price, or like 3 times the price. But it's pure. I was like, I didn't want to do that. That's not the type of businessman I want to be. Like, I wasn't in it for the money. Like, when I first started, I was. That's all I cared about, just the money. But I think the longer you do entrepreneurship, you kind of get more invested in actually helping people with what you're selling. And drop shipping, I was not helping anyone. I was just ripping people off. I was selling, like, I can't remember. I started like a gym, a sort of fitness brand store kind of thing, and it was all fitness stuff. And I was selling like weights and stuff that were worth £10 for £40. And I was just like, I didn't even publish the store because I was like, even if this makes money, yeah, I'll have money, but I won't feel good about it. And I that might have been a stupid move, right? I might have made something from that, but I just was like, I don't want to do that. I want to do it. I want to do business in a way that isn't like scummy. I don't want to rip people off with selling cheap Chinese stuff. I want to actually help people. So that's when I started social media, and I started on Instagram first, and I'd post like, it was quite crap content. Like, the content was not of good quality, but it was just about me improving my life, and then I'd sell something through the link in my bio, which was like, I can't remember what it was, to be honest. It was just some like life guide, but because I was so new to content and like I didn't have a clue what I was doing, my videos, actually, to be fair, I was not doing too bad on Instagram. I grew to like 300 followers in like a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to take a month to get to like 100 or maybe 50 or something, but one of my videos got like 30,000 views, and then every video I posted after that couldn't get past 100, so I was like, bro. And I started a new account and I went into YouTube, and now I'm here. Like, I've been doing that for the past year, and I've learned so much about like social media content creation and different things like that. Like, my editing skills, even though I'm not editing any videos on this channel because I want it to be purely like me just talking to you. I don't want any editing or any fancy little cuts, and I want it all to be real and authentic because that's the aim I'm having with this channel. I want it to be purely real, you know. If I make a mistake in the video, I keep it in. If something doesn't make sense, or something like that, I just start mumbling, or do you know what I mean? Like, I just keep it in because that's me. I'm not perfect. I want to showcase this sort of journey in such an authentic way that I don't want it to be some internet scammer. Like, there's so many people who like make videos in the young entrepreneurship space, and they're all making 100K a month apparently, right? But that's not true. These people, they make videos saying, "Oh, I earn this much a month," but they all follow the same the same business model where they show the results that they don't actually have to generate sort of attention. So people think, "Oh, this person is making this much." Then they buy the product, so they actually do make that much. So it starts where it's like, I make this much, I'll show you how, buy this course, and then you buy the course, they make the money. So then they can start actually showing real results to make more money. It's clever, but it's just fake as hell. Like, they don't actually know what they're talking about. So all these people that buy the stuff, you'll get some results because you guarantee, because they just share the same advice that everyone else shares. So because that advice does actually work, but it doesn't work as well as they make out. So most people, I'd say 90% of people buy that kind of stuff, they don't get any results. Maybe they get a small result, but for what they're actually paying, they don't get what they're paid for. And then it's just scammy place. Like, everything you see on Instagram reels and stuff in this space is so fake. It's embarrassing. So I want to keep this real, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but I've made so many different things, and it's been 3 years, and it's like it's only just starting to work. Like, I didn't realize how hard it was. Like, the amount of things I've tried and genuinely put so much effort into and got nothing from, and people just took the mick out of me, which I couldn't even defend myself because it didn't work. So I was like, bro, I just sort of had to take it, and it's so humbling. It breaks you down a lot of times. And if you relate, then this channel is for you, bro. Because, like, I think that's a test that you have to sort of go through as well. When you're on this sort of kind of journey, you have to let yourself be kicked down and kicked down. Because if you quit at that point, you just prove everyone right, and you prove to yourself that you ain't meant for this path. You ain't meant to become successful. But if you stick at it regardless, then eventually it's gonna pay off. You might. It's like, for me, it's taken way longer than most people that you see in this internet entrepreneurship space. Like, I follow people who've made it after like 3 months, and I follow people who made it after like 2 years, 1 year. But regardless, I've taken way longer than they have, right? And I'm not even rich, but I made some progress. Not that much really, but I made some progress in order to know that I know that what I'm doing is finally paying off. Everything I've learned is finally applicable. Do you know what I mean? It's finally actually working in my favor. Like, I'm not. It used to be like, I'd fail, I'd learn this, then I'd try something a different way, I'd fail, and I'd learn something else. But now I've learned so much that I'm not failing as much as I was. I think that's the key to to like entrepreneurship, is you got to fail as much as possible, so because there's no real like perfectly right way to do things. It's just you fail that much that you know what not to do that well, that the only paths you sort of have are the ones that work better than the other ones. Like, you're still gonna fail regardless. I'm just recording. Forgot to tell my mum I was finished in the shower, so that's kind of interrupted this video, but that's what I mean. I'm going to keep this kind of stuff in because I want to keep it authentic. I'm sweating like hell right now. One sec. So, I totally forgot what I was saying now. But yeah, the point is, you gotta fail as much as you can. Like, don't try things just to fail, but you gotta try things knowing that you're gonna fail. Like, try things with the hope that you're gonna succeed, but when you fail, just learn as much as you can from that failure. Like, break it down. What caused you to actually fail? And then flip that, and don't do that same mistake again, and then eventually you'll just bounce from failure to failure to failure until you make it. That's how it works. But I think I've covered everything for what I want to say in this video. I just wanted to sort of find people who relate to what I've done. You know what I mean? Like, how much I've failed and how hard this is. because people make it out like it's so easy, but it's not. It's a lie. That's not true. They make it out like it's easy so they can show the fake results to show that like that's what I was saying before, right? The course sellers, it's always so easy to make money online. Just buy my course so I can show you how it's so easy. But the results they're using are fake to make it look like it's easy. So when you buy into it, they make money because to them it will be easy when they make the money through scam. Anyway, I thought she was about to come in then. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy when you're scamming people. Like that, the scam business models, they kind of work, but it's not long term. It works like you'll get one viral video or something. People will buy into it, realize it's crap, and then everyone buys into it, but they leave so fast that the churn rates on those like courses are crazy because it's all crap that they could have learned from YouTube. So yeah, those people make everyone think that it's easy online. So when you actually try these things, you realize how hard it is because you're not doing it the scammy way, you're doing it the authentic, real way. That you're not trying to just rip people off, unless you are, which fair play might be easy for you. I don't know. I've never tried it that way. When you're doing it the real way, actually trying to build something meaningful, it's so much harder than people make out online. So I want to start. I wanted to make this video to sort of relate to people because I understand how hard it is, and you're not. It doesn't mean you suck. I sucks, right? Maybe it does mean you suck, but it doesn't mean you suck as much as you think you do. You know. And plus, when you start anything online or you start any business, you suck anyway. And the point is, you got to improve as you go to make it work. You know. Now, I feel like I'm kind of waffling now, but I hope you get the point I'm trying to make. I wanted to make this video as relatable as possible, basically. So, if you relate to this, subscribe, because this channel is going to be for you. And yeah, I don't know how often I'm going to post on this channel. I'm going to aim for every day, but I work a job too, whilst also balancing my entrepreneurship thing, because I'm not earning enough from that to quit. And plus, I actually enjoy my job. So if I do make enough to quit, I probably still won't quit. I'll just lower my shifts, like one a week. But yeah, I'm working 7 days in a row, starting tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to record every single day because it's awkward. It's like I don't have enough time before the shift or after because of the time of. But anyway, I'll make time probably. So yeah, my goal is at least 5 days a week I'll post on this channel. But I just want to keep it real and authentic and relatable as possible because I'm not trying to be this guy knows everything. I'm sort of learning as I go, and I want to share that advice that I learn as I go, rather than being like, I know it all, buy my course. You get what I mean? Like, I'm not that guy. I want to relate to y'all, because I'm one of you people who are watching this, have the same struggles, you know? So, that's everything for this video. Welcome to my channel. And I will see you probably tomorrow. I might make another video today, but I'll probably still only post it tomorrow, actually, so. Yeah, that's everything I've got to say. Goodbye. Ow.